Hello and welcome back! I am Lord Revonworc, and this is Civilization V as Serbia. When last we left off, we had begun the siege of Kyoto. This battle will likely end quite soon. And now for the exciting conclusion. By which I mean we wait for the turn to end. Of course. So, anyways, I think I recently figured out my, figured out what the, problem was with my computer's performance lately. I mean, when I got it, it was actually going really fast. They used their ships to destroy my fairly useless artillery. Yeah, so when I first got this computer, it actually went pretty fast, but it has since slowed down significantly. And just yesterday, which was Sunday, I believe, it occurred to me, oh my god, viruses. Duh. So I downloaded this free antivirus software that I like to use. It's very good at dealing specifically with tracking cookies. It's called Super Anti-Spyware. I guess I would recommend it under certain circumstances. As a rule, it's not universally the best, but anyways, generally speaking, if you've got computer viruses impairing your computer's performance, it's probably tracking cookies. See, viruses like that are information gatherers and don't really do much of anything else. March, that's nice. So, they have a strong tendency to go unnoticed for a while and have a tendency to accumulate. And their information gathering purposes frequently ooh, enemy paratrooper, eh? Oh, okay, first things first. We've got an issue with enemy ships in the area. Doing damage to our artillery. Cannot allow that to continue. Oh, come on. So, shit, what was I saying? Yeah, so tracking cookies don't really do very much in terms of damage. What they do instead is they gather information which takes some of your computer's memory. And they can go unnoticed for a while, especially if you're too lazy to download antiviral software. And so incidentally, they can accumulate to a degree. And once they get to a certain point, you will find that your computer doesn't seem to work anymore. Yeah, scrub Fallout. I think I was probably moving you southwards. Yeah, so I downloaded the anti-spyware software. And started a full system scan. And I didn't actually complete the scan, because it was taking a while, but when I ended it, it had found 1,666 viruses on it, which is the most viruses I have ever found on a computer of mine, ever. Probably because this was the first one I had never bothered installing antiviral software on. And they were all tracking cookies. All the ones that were found, anyways. So, naturally, I have the antiviral software delete them, and suddenly the computer's running quickly again. But in the morning, all of a sudden, it's slow as hell. In fact, even slower than it was before, I think. What do? I run the antiviral scan again. And this time, it discovers 3,412 different viruses. It was almost as if it had grown exponentially. Overnight. And down goes the Japanese capital. I would love to create a puppet. So anyways, now that I have captured the Japanese capital, and I was thinking about this, our happiness is really down the shitter, so it's probably in my best interests if I just end the war now and regain my bearings. I mean, I have slapped Japan silly. I took their core home territory, their fucking capital. They don't have any shit left. Okay, so they've got tons of shit left. In fact, let me speak to him. He has 8 cities left. So too bad. Whatever, don't need it. Don't need that city. Peace at last. I'm gonna quick save, because I'm not going to risk fucking crashing. It seems I can't actually start this game recording without it crashing. At least once. And that was like a big thing. Don't want it to be undone. But anyways, so, this morning, I run the antiviral software again, get more than double what it had found previously. But hey, remove them all, computer's running quickly again, I go to school, I come back, and when I'm getting ready to record, I notice suddenly the computer's running slowly again. Another antiviral scan, and I should probably mention I haven't actually let any of these run the full course because of time constraints, but this time I find another 370 tracking cookies. In total, that's well over 5,000 tracking cookies. And at this point, because I was able to remove a ton of them, and then the performance picked up as if they were all gone but slowed down very quickly, it's starting to seem like they're regenerating. Which means they almost certainly are. So not only do I have 5,000 plus tracking cookies on my computer, but a Trojan as well. Now, Trojans are some of the most annoying varieties of viruses there are, because their sole purpose is to give you more viruses. Yeah, I've got a lot of city-state allies. Okay, well, aircraft, I think we should all move to Kyoto. It's going to be a good base of operations in the future, because we'll almost certainly go to war with Japan again. The atomic bombs, I'm thinking I might possibly want to hold back on. But I just immediately changed my mind. Okay, I'll leave one in Nara, guarding the approach from the bay over here. And I will put one in Kyoto so as to protect this area from future bombings. I mean, I took a lot of their land, but none of the land they had with uranium in it. And it looks like this is their uranium here. You know, it might not necessarily be a bad idea. Tear up this marsh, and then take one of my excess generals, plop them down right there, steal Japan's uranium. I imagine they probably don't have very much. How much do you have? Oh. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of uranium. That is a lot of uranium. More uranium than I have, in fact. Shit. But yeah, anyways, now that the war is over, we do need to make sure we keep our borders secure. This whole area here gives us plenty of defense against the enemy attackers. I mean, 2 choke points. Of course, I will need to invest in some naval over in this bay area here, even though they wouldn't be able to leave it because, well, I mean enemy naval. But I could just use my planes for fighting the enemy ships. That is how it worked in the Second World War and forward for the most part. Ships didn't actually do the fighting. Planes did the fighting. But anyways, my super anti-spyware software, which is good for getting rid of tracking cookies, but has serious trouble handling anything of a higher caliber. So I am going to need to acquire some beefier antiviral software if I want to deal with the Trojans. And honestly, I would imagine there's probably more than one. Most Trojans aren't ambitious enough to put 5,000 viruses on your computer in the span of only one day. Not saying that it wouldn't be difficult for the people who make viruses to design them to do that. They just usually don't, because it's kind of overkill. And I mean, it sort of is tracking cookies we're talking about here. Really, all they do is information gathering. And you'd kind of have to wonder how many tracking cookies could somebody possibly want on your computer. I mean, it's highly unlikely that it could possibly be any sort of scam because, well, frankly, it's a bad scam. Because people aren't likely to even know those viruses are there. I mean, tracking cookies, the point of them is to sort of fly under the radar. They want to stay unnoticed so they can continue operating for a while. Viruses can be used for scamming, but, you know, they sort of need to be obvious. Things that mess with your computer, ruin your display, replace your desktop with pornography. Shit like that. And then, and normally what'll happen is you're on a website, and all of a sudden it automatically redirects to a website that does a quote-unquote virus scan. A bar on the bottom will fill up incredibly quickly, and what's actually happening is there's no virus scan. That progress bar is a virus downloading itself. So, if you're really quick on the draw, you can close the browser out before the damn thing has a chance to download, and you won't get it. But I digress. What it will do is it will do a fake virus scan, and seriously, virus scans, and frankly any kind of technical problem you can have on your computer, should not be tested in a browser. If that happens, it's almost certainly a virus. But anyways, I digress. What these scamming what these scam viruses will do is they will do a fake virus scan while downloading a virus, and then they will tell you that you've got a bunch of viruses on your computer, and then offer you some antiviral software that will allegedly remove the viruses. It doesn't actually do this, it just renders the viruses inert for however long the quote-unquote subscription you purchased lasts. So they will open up a screen that will show you a list of purchase options, and it'll be relatively expensive, like, say, $40 for a year subscription, and then $50 for 2 years, and $60 for a lifetime subscription. Like, literally, I've had this specific virus happen to me before, so I know what I'm talking about. And the point is to get you to spend a bunch of money on fake virus protection software which doesn't actually provide protection. It only makes the viruses they downloaded onto your computer stop virusing. But anyways, I digress because, you know, I'm about out of time for today. So, so until next time, I am Lord Revonworc. This has been great. And I will see you all later. Bye!